To repay my parents for raising me for 20 years, I donate one of my kidneys to Samuel Caldwell, their biological son, curing him of his uremia. After Samuel recovers, he returns to the stage, dazzling audiences with his piano performances. Meanwhile, I survive on hormone treatments. My body is swollen beyond recognition, and I look utterly disgusting. I lock myself up in the house, staring blankly out the window day after day. Through it all, my fiancée, Shelby Holloway, never leaves my side. She comes up with new low-calorie meals every day and patiently helps me rebuild my strength. Nick, make sure you get plenty of rest and don't overexert yourself, okay? I have a meeting to attend, so wait for me at home. Before she leaves, she gently straightens my collar. I truly believe life is slowly getting better. Then, in the backstage area of a theater, I catch Samuel holding Shelby tightly in his arms. Shelby, Nick's in such poor health. I shouldn't be taking you away from him. Shelby buries herself against his chest, her voice full of pain. What are you talking about? If it weren't for saving you, I never would have married that imposter. Every time I look at him, I feel sick. He looks like a pig. He'd have done everyone a great favor if he died on the operating table that day. Shelby casts aside the bond we've shared since childhood and even wishes for my death, all for Samuel's sake. Just as well, I have no desire to continue living anymore either. Chapter 1. As the river water rushed into my nostrils, I felt a warmth come over me. It felt like being held in Mom's embrace when I was a child. How I wished she could hold me one more time. But the moment I'd turned away from the theater, I'd seen my mom, Jennifer Smith, holding a bouquet of flowers, crying as she hugged my brother, Samuel Caldwell. She'd called him her pride and joy. She'd apologized for losing him all those years ago and for everything he had suffered because of it. Before, she used to call me her pride too. But ever since I gained weight after surgery and became ugly, she had never looked at me the same way again. But it didn't matter anymore. I was going to die anyway. Sometime later, my soul floated out of the water. I looked down and saw my body bobbing in the river, rising and falling like a piece of discarded trash. How ugly. Just then, a familiar Maybach sped over. I instinctively moved to block my corpse, not wanting them to see me in such a miserable state. But Mom still noticed. "Oh, Arthur, look. What's that floating in the river?" she exclaimed, rolling the window down halfway. She looked through my soul with a hint of disgust. "It's all black and lumpy. How creepy." My heart twisted painfully. That was my hair floating on the surface of the water. A little further down was the old jacket I had worn for 3 years. If she looked just a little closer, she would recognize it. My dad, Arthur Caldwell, who was driving, only glanced over casually and frowned. Probably just aquatic weeds or someone's garbage bag. The city management is getting worse these days. The river is this filthy and they still don't do anything about it. They're just collecting money and doing nothing. Don't look at it, Mrs. Caldwell. It's quite an eyesore. Let's not let something like this ruin Sam's celebration dinner, my fiancée, Shelby Holloway, said with a gentle smile as she leaned over to fasten Samuel's seatbelt.